Well, good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I am your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and we have a lot of weather to go on and break down today. As you can see by the title screen already, the tropics are getting more active by the hour. The tropics are getting more active by the hour, and it's obviously not just the Atlantic, so technically the Pacific is as well, but we're mainly going to be focusing obviously on the Atlantic side of things for today. And we may, dabble into the Pacific a little bit, towards the end. But for right now, we're here to talk about the Atlantic. And so, what does that mean for us? We're going to answer all those questions and what the timing's looking like and what even the National Hurricane Center has for us. So, first off, what's on tap for tonight? I have no idea where the original one is. I guess I, for some reason, did not download it. So that's a mistake. Let me go in and fix that real quick. It's over here on my other screen. So isolated to scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms will continue each day this weekend, going on over into next week. Also, Sunday. Sunday looks a bit drier overall with lower storm coverage in many areas. Heat indices will approach 100 to 110 degrees early next week, and watching the tropics for two areas of interest. Those are the four things, main things at least, that we're going to be paying attention for tonight. Isolated to scattered shower and storm activity, heat indices of up to 110 degrees possible, and then watching for the tropics as well as looking at this weekend. So if you've not hit the like button yet or the subscribe button yet, please go ahead and do so. It's free, and you can always share it. You can always go on and do all that stuff for free as always. Forever, for as many as you want. I mean, it can be unlimited. You can share a million times and you would still never have to pay a dime or anything like that. So, starting off, what is going on right now in terms of the entire state? Well, Low Country, Grand Strand, PD, Midlands, looking fine, looking good. But look up here in the upstate. Greenville has a special weather statement for 40-mile-per-hour winds and a quarter inch in diameter hail. That's again went through Wade, Hampton, went through Taylor's, Greer, Duncan, Lyman, South Carolina. Now moving towards Greenville, downtown, Gant, Malden, and Five Forks down towards Simpsonville. And then also, if you look over here towards Gaffney, Blacksburg is receiving some 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter inch in diameter hail. That's moving down towards Gaffney, Draytonville, Cherokee Falls, and Cashin Crossroads. Hopefully I said that correctly. But again, both of these storms right here, I'm pretty sure having the same possibilities with 40-mile-per-hour winds and a quarter inch in diameter hail. The one for Greenville expires in about 11 minutes. The one over here for Gaffney in about 30 minutes. Now, what about for the entire U.S.? We do see some rainfall going on pretty much throughout every region, maybe except for the Northwest. See some severe weather in Pennsylvania, Ohio, some rainfall with some flooding in Tennessee, some storm activity from Georgia all the way through into Texas, Louisiana, Alabama. Some more rainfall with some severe weather in Arizona, and then even some more rainfall over into California with some storm activity in Kansas, Colorado. And then as you move up towards the northern U.S., seeing some rainfall from Iowa to Nebraska to North Dakota, even into Minnesota. Now, what's going on in terms of our cloud cover? Well, cloud cover for the most part seems like that we are looking more on the, probably looking more on the more 50-50 trend. Seeing around some cloud covering like the low country areas, the Grand Strand, the PD areas, even the upstate getting in on some cloud cover as well. But looking like the central Midlands, look up into the southern upstate. You see some cloud cover there, but not as much as other areas like the upstate or the low country or the Grand Strand or the PD area. So we are looking at a good bit of cloud cover throughout the state, but not the entire state. And if we look at our cloud cover for the future, push this forward all the way through into tonight, going into tomorrow morning, cloud cover activity kind of trains over the area, even as we move to around 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And then as we move into the afternoon hours, moving into the evening hours, cloud cover activity you see in the upstate, maybe the Midlands, the low country. But overall, things don't really look that bad. Things don't really look that bad in terms of widespread cloud cover as you move through Sunday night there. We go into Monday morning here and even Monday afternoon. And here we go, seeing some cloud cover activity throughout the majority of the state as we move into Monday afternoon. So cloud cover activity is there, and we are expecting to see a good amount as we move forward into next week. Cloud, in terms of current temperatures right now, we're talking about around a good 78 in Somerville, 79 Charleston, even 79 in Georgetown, 80 in Myrtle Beach and Conway, as well as 80 in Orangeburg, 84 Columbia, 87 in Newberry, as well as 85 in Lawrence, 85 Greenville, as well as 83, or Greenwood, excuse me, 83 in Greenville, 84 Spartanburg and Gaffney. For our air quality for tonight, it looks like that the majority of us may be inside the moderate category. Or it's maybe a 50-50 here almost, because that is a pretty big moderate area that goes throughout the Midlands, the PD, even the southern upstate. There's a moderate area in the yellow. If you're in the yellow, just watch for that air quality for tonight if you're outside for a long period of time, just due to the fact that it's a moderate, not too good, not too bad either. So just keep an eye out for it for tonight. Low temperatures for tonight, we're talking about 71 in Greenville, 71 Spartanburg, 71 Rock Hill, and even 73 in Columbia, 73 in Orangeburg, and Moncks Corner, 76 in Charleston, 78 Hilton Head Island, and 75 in Myrtle Beach, 73 Florence and Georgetown. Then for our high temperatures for tomorrow, we're talking about 92 in Rock Hill, Spartanburg, Greenville, even around 93 in Columbia, 92 Orangeburg, and 90 in Moncks Corner, 88 Charleston and Georgetown, even around 87 in Myrtle Beach, 88 also inside of Hilton Head Island. Now, in terms of heat index values, we're talking about up into the hundreds for a lot of us, except for maybe up there in the upstate for a couple of areas. But for the most part, most of us are going to be 100 plus in terms of those heat index values. In fact, some of us may even be higher than 105, close to around 106, 107, 108 degrees, moving closer to 110, pushing us close to that heat advisory criteria for tomorrow. We'll see if they issue it. Right now, there's nothing out. But I definitely think that we will see some heat advisories going into next week. But for tomorrow, we're looking pretty good in terms of no heat advisories. Now, what about for rainfall? We do have a good amount of rainfall that is possible for the entire state. Maybe not a whole lot, but 1/10 of an inch to a 10th of an inch in areas like from Greenville to Spartanburg, Rock Hill, even through to Columbia, Orangeburg, Georgetown, Dillon, Cheraw. And then maybe even a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch over there inside of Charleston as well. But for the most part, like I said, not a whole lot of rainfall. Maybe even a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch somebody could potentially receive, but it's not much. Now, how much in terms of severe weather could we potentially see? Well, we do have that marginal risk of severe weather up there where there is those two strong storms throughout Greenville and Gaffney. That's kind of going on right now, but no severe weather right now. And that marginal risk of severe weather that you see up there in the northern parts of the state, that was added later on because that was not there this morning. Not there this morning. So that was added later on today, or early on today, but not before I went and actually posted my forecast. So that was a 5% risk of damaging winds in the dark green. Everybody else still has a risk of thunderstorm activity. And then tomorrow, the marginal risk expands for Sunday, August the 9th, 2026. Marginal risk of severe weather for Greenville, Spartanburg, Rock Hill, going all the way throughout that pretty much that entire upstate area, where there is again another 5% risk of damaging wind gust of up to 60 miles per hour. So that's what we're looking at here in terms of the severe weather risk for tomorrow. So again, dark green, 5% risk of damaging winds. Everybody else, regular chance of a thunderstorm. And then on Monday, August the 10th, 2026, not really seeing too much in terms of severe weather here, but thunderstorm activity is possible for the entire state. Now, what about for excessive rainfall? Still have that slight risk of excessive rainfall. And what did I tell you? I said that some areas may not see, any rainfall throughout today, throughout that yellow risk. And I was in the yellow risk earlier. And I think I saw like a little shower for about 5 minutes. And that was it. That was about it. And I'm in the yellow, was in the yellow, 15% risk of scattered flash flooding for today. So that's just to tell you, if you were here this morning, I said specifically that some areas inside that yellow area may not even see a drop of rainfall, and my area was one of them. Well, we saw rainfall, but not a whole lot, so I doubt that there probably was not an area that did not get any sort of rainfall over there in just my general vicinity. Now, Everybody else in the green, that's a 5% risk of flash flooding still for tonight. I think that for the majority of us, we're done. Only area that may not be done is up there in the upstate, but I think everybody else besides the upstate is pretty much done. Now for tomorrow, another risk of isolated flash flooding up here for Pickens, Walhalla, moving over into Traveler's Rest, but for the most part, everybody else is looking good. And then Monday, again, the upstate taking the shine once again. Pickens, Easley, Clemson, Walhalla, these areas have a 5% risk of flash flooding for Monday. Tuesday comes in, and nobody for Tuesday. Wednesday comes in, and again, very far upstate, takes the shine. Salem going over into Cleveland and Rocky Bottom towards Landrum, South Carolina. 5% risk of flash flooding for Wednesday. Now, as we go on and take a look towards the crazy score, we're at a 17 right now, mainly just due to the alerts. We have 2 special weather statements going on right now, so that's where it's really carrying the score. But once those 2 expire, the score probably will go down significantly towards single digits. So let's go in now and take a look at the models. Time is at the bottom part of your screen. Please make sure that you're paying attention to that because that is very, very, very important to do so. We're going to start off here with the short-term models first. And as you can see here around 8 o'clock p.m., where we start this off, you see a good amount of rainfall activity that kind of fades out as we get to around 12 o'clock in the morning. We push this forward to around 7, 8, 9, 10 a.m. And you're still not seeing a whole lot. I mean, we get into tomorrow morning, even past the morning hours to the afternoon hours here of 12 o'clock p.m. And you still don't see much in terms of rainfall activity. You move to around 1 p.m., 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m., and finally we start to see some shower and some storm activity moving into around 2 to 3 p.m. time frame, but by the time we get into the evening time, it's still not as widespread, as past days. So that is kind of what we were talking about when we were talking about the What's on Tap screen earlier, saying how Sunday looks a bit drier overall with lower storm coverage in many areas. This is what we're talking about. Not as heavy in that coverage area as we move throughout the entire state. Now, trust and believe, thunderstorms could still happen, and some of those storms could pack a punch with winds of up to 60 miles per hour. But the thing is here is that it's not really looking as widespread. Now, even if we want to move into around 7 p.m. here on Sunday, for example, you move this forward into around 12 a.m. And again, rainfall goes away. As you get into the afternoon and evening time frame, the evening time frame comes in, we're looking nice and dry, and it repeats all again going into Monday afternoon. So this is just this regular summer pattern that we've been seeing. Nothing, too out of the ordinary here, except for rain and showers and storms kind of develop during the afternoon. And then we start to see it kind of linger on to the evening. And then once you get around overnight, calms down, goes away. Morning is nice. Afternoon, back to seeing storm and shower activity. Now, as we go in and see how much rainfall we could potentially receive over the next 48 hours, I mean, are you really surprised? It's not really too much. Some areas could see, an isolated 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. But, again, that's with, just any sort of isolated storm that could develop. That's the reason why we have that risk of isolated flash flooding. And honestly, that risk is not even that big either, just because storm coverage isn't really there as we move throughout the next couple of days. That's why you see some of these like small risks kind of going on up there in the upstate, just because you're not really seeing too much confidence in terms of these risks of actual flash flooding. One thing we can go in and check and see how much rainfall is actually falling in some of these storms, every hour or so. And if you just go in and push it forward, I see a couple of spots get up to around, 1 inch or so. There's 1.4, that's around 1 inch or so. So about an inch per hour, maybe some areas 1.25 inches per hour, but that's still not a whole lot to really, be considered flash flooding. Maybe some minor flooding, not really flash flooding in my eyes. But as we know, anything can happen. Even if you're in the 5% risk, here on the ST Weather Channel, we take every risk seriously. Doesn't matter if it's a 5%, a 2%, a 1%, or a 0.1%. Every risk here we take seriously. So even if you're in the 5%, take it seriously. And then also damaging winds for tomorrow as well. So if you're in the upstate, northern Midlands, make sure that you're watching for that. Now, what about for the long term future? We're going to start this off into Monday, moving over into Tuesday and Wednesday, and just things don't really look that bad. We continue to move through Wednesday and Thursday. We get a little bit of a plume of moisture trying to move in, but still nothing too much. But then as we move into around like Friday, going into Saturday of next week, we start to see some more shower and some more activity going on as we move later on throughout that weekend, even going on into Sunday or so. And look how much rainfall we could potentially receive here. This right here kind of looks like a bit of a front to me, or a little bit of some cooler air trying to move in later on next week. Now, when will it happen? Let's wait a little bit, see what happens because the timing is going to change. But overall, a some cooler air may be in play as we move into next week, like later on next week. And then as you move into the week after next week, another, plume of moisture, another plume of maybe excessive rainfall, maybe severe weather, maybe cooler air trying to move its way in throughout the early parts of the week after next week. And once we pass that time frame going later on to August, I mean, it still looks active regardless. Still see rainfall for a lot of these areas moving on throughout the next 384 hours. Now, what's going on in terms of the actual totals, according to the ensembles here, we're starting off with the GEFS here, and the GEFS says maybe around 1.5 to maybe 2.5 inches of rainfall over the next 384 hours. That's not a lot. Not a lot of rainfall at all. And again, this doesn't really include flash flooding, doesn't really include thunderstorm activity. So, a lot of areas probably will see more rainfall than what is actually said here. But no, that this is an ensemble, this is an average kind of put together of what we could potentially see. You could see more, like I said, or you could see less. You could see less. It's just a rough estimate over the next 384 hours. And I'm just going to be honest, if some areas only see about 1 inch of rainfall, maybe 1.5 inches over the next 384 hours, that's not going to be too good because we could potentially start to see that drought try to remain a little bit longer, if not try to expand a little bit. So we want to see more rainfall as we're trying to get this drought out of here as quickly as possible. We made good progress on Thursday, but we need to see more. Need to see more, especially in that Grand Strand area towards the North Myrtle Beach area. Now, if we go in and take a look and see over the European side, the Europeans even less, maybe 1.2 inches of rainfall, getting to around 3 inches of rainfall towards the coastal areas at a max over the next 360 hours. Again, not a whole lot at all. Not a whole lot over the next 360 hours here. Now, what's going on in terms of our temperatures? Precipitation important, but temperatures, I do want to take a look at this because I think that this is also important to look at. We start off over into the beginning of next week, and we know it's going to be warm. I literally said earlier, heat advisories is possible or are possible as we move over into the early parts of next week. Now, what happens if you move past the early parts, go into the mid parts, the later parts? Still it's a bit warm, but watch as we move into Friday. Friday comes in, and we get a big plume of cooler air trying to move its way down into the state. And as we go even into Saturday, more cooler air. Sunday, a bit more cooler as well. But watch as we move later on into the week after next week, that warmer air comes back, but another cooler air blast may be trying to get going later on in the week after next week. So cooler air is trying to make a comeback. Cooler air is trying to really push that warmer air out. But at this point, before we get to the cooler air, in about 7 days or so, we need to get, done with this warmer air and this hot air as we move over the next couple of days or so. But cooler air is definitely in sight, especially as we move through into the weekend of next weekend there. Now, what do those temperatures actually look like? We move forward into around Saturday, you move forward even into Sunday and Monday. We know what those days look like. But if you move into Tuesday and Wednesday and onward, look at these temperatures, these high temperatures getting up to 100, 101, 103 degrees up in some spots going over into Wednesday. We move into Thursday up near 100 degrees in some other spots. Again, this is not even feel like temperatures. These are actual temperatures that we're looking at. Friday comes in, we get a little bit cooler, and then Saturday comes in. We see a couple of spots maybe trying to get into the 90s, but a couple of us could, be in the 70s or so. Even moving into that Sunday there of next week. Not tomorrow Sunday, but the Sunday after. We could see some more of those temperatures trying to just stay in the 80s for a lot of us. And then as we move into the week after next week, we start to try and warm up a little bit more. But another cool blast may try to move in, but it doesn't really do too much. It drops our temperatures a little bit, but honestly, I think they're so close together that it won't really do too much. We're already going to be trying to come back into the 100-degree range, so if another cool air blast does come in, it's not going to knock down those temperatures as much. But again, that's over 300 hours or 200 hours even. We're not going to break that down as much. And then in terms of heat index values, just to show you, going over into Monday, up to 105. Tuesday comes in, we're up to around 103, 104, 105, 106. We get over into Wednesday. Wednesday, again, back up towards that 107, 108 degree range. Thursday, same thing. And we just continue to stay hot. Now, what do those actual temperatures look like past 200 hours? Well, just looking at a pattern here as we kind of pass that mid mark for the month of August, because that's how far we're already getting now. I mean, we're already at August the 8th, so we're already almost a third of the way done with the month. Not tomorrow, but Monday we'll be a third of the way done with the month already. We'll move over into around like the 17th or so, and just those temperatures on an average level looks like that we're more just in the lower 90s as we kind of round out the rest of August. But it looks like a little bit of a warm up may try to occur later on. So overall, things are looking more just all over the place at this point once we get more towards the end, because you have the deterministic saying, okay, we could have a couple of cool air blasts try to move in, and then you have the ensembles themselves saying, okay, well, maybe not. It may just be around the 90s or so maybe not as strong. But that's usually how it always is. Usually how it is. I mean, you really just got to take this all with a grain of salt, because we don't know what's going to happen over the next 300 hours. The ensembles could be wrong. The deterministic probably is definitely wrong, just because that's one model put together. This is more of an average put together. And again, it's an average, so it's not going to be exactly correct at all. But that's pretty much all I have to say there in terms of the main points for tonight. But there is still one more major point, probably the most major of them all, the whole reason, the whole main topic for tonight, and that is the tropics. You see, we have two areas that we're watching for. Disturbance 1, we talked about this one this morning. A broad area of disturbed weather associated with a tropical wave is located a few hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Some gradual development is possible during the early to middle part of next week, while the disturbance moves west across the central tropical Atlantic. Upper level winds are expected to become much less conducive for development later on in the week when the system approaches the Lesser Antilles. So this has a 0% chance of forming over the next 48 hours and a 20% chance of forming over the next 7 days. So this one is the first one. This is the first wave that's moving off. And again, as you can see, it already says a broad area of disturbed weather associated with a tropical wave is located a few hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands, and gradual development is possible. So we already kind of have that area that we're watching for with that wave, and whenever that does start to really form and start to get a bit more organized as it moves over into the area just to the west of it, because obviously right now it's not in that yellow hatched area yet, so it's not going to start forming until it tries to enter that area. But for right now, like it said, next week, it could be honestly from early to midweek. That's the time frame that they're looking for this thing to try to form. So this is the first one. That's the first one. The second one has already a higher chance to form already, and it hasn't even formed yet. Like the main area of low pressure, or just even the wave in general, really hasn't even been noted yet. Just for the eastern and the central Atlantic, another tropical wave is expected to move off the west coast of Africa on Tuesday, so they're already being pretty specific. Gradual development will be possible thereafter, and a tropical depression could form during the second half of next week, while the system moves west across the eastern and the central tropical Atlantic. So this has, again, a 0% chance of forming over the next 48 hours, and a 40% chance over the next 7 days. And I will say this already. Just due to the wording by itself, I can already tell that they are way more confident in Disturbance 2, the second system, than they are in the first one. I mean, they already kind of have the day set out. They said Another tropical wave is expected to move off the west coast on Tuesday. Um, a tropical depression could form during the second half of next week. If you look at this one, it doesn't say anything about a tropical depression at all forming. It doesn't say anything about an exact day here for disturbance 1. Disturbance 2 has a lot of information on it. And so that would make sense. I mean, they have a 40% chance of it to form, so they do have more confidence in it, but like very detailed confidence is what I'm looking at here. And so we're going to take a look at the ensembles real quick, see what in the world they are saying. We're going to look at the deterministic models as well, seeing what they're saying, and then we're going to start off with the Euro AI model. This was, the one that was showing, a pretty good scenario, good scenario for us, not being so strong, but also, could definitely try something over here in the Atlantic. Showed a good amount of them too. Remember, the time is over here at the top right, not this time over here. Cross that out. Not that time. It's this time over here that is circled. In fact, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to do this. It is in Z time though, so if you don't know what that is, just pay attention to the day, because really the exact time is probably not even that important anyway. But there goes the first one, starting to move its way through. This is from, again, the Euro AI moving into Sunday, tomorrow. And then as we move over into Tuesday, we're already here. And as you can see, the low pressure is kind of in the front, take off, move their way over towards the west, and then look at the one behind it as well. So the one in the front, according to the Euro AI, is going to just continue to move its way out towards the west and kind of just die out. Not really do much, but there's the second one. Second one has completely exploded. I mean, we're seeing a good amount of activity there. But again, the Euro AI kind of just has it dying out, once it starts to make that curve up towards the north. But it has one that kind of gets close. Over here towards the U.S. At around a 981. So that's something to watch for as we move over into the next, honestly, week or so, just to see how that plays out. Now, past that, it kind of just goes out to sea, but no threat to South Carolina specifically here. No threat specifically. Maybe some rip currents, but that's about all. Now, what about the European, just the official European? Move over into Saturday and Sunday. Again, there goes our first area of low pressure that we're watching for. Continues its way west, and it just continues to move out to where it's towards the south, not causing any problems. Then there goes the second one. The second one kind of comes in, and it starts its curve up going into around Tuesday or so. That's the 12Z. Right there, and I'm pretty sure actually that's as far as it's gonna go, 240 hours out. So yeah, maybe I can move it back. I don't think I can move it back though. Update it, yeah, no. So that's as far as that one's gonna go. I can't do anything else about that. But this is what we're seeing here from the European. European has it curving up towards the North Couple, maybe trying to make its way close towards, South Carolina, where, rather it goes up like this, rather it goes over and under, rather if it goes up and out to sea like that, which is probably the more likely case scenario now at this point. But the ensembles are saying that there is indeed something there that could make its way over. And then finally, taking a look over at the GEFS, let's push this forward. We have a low pressure. Again, the first one comes in, first system moves in, moves its way out down towards the south. And then the second one, which, let me move this to the 12Z real quick. Second one comes in, and then it curves up, and it goes away. And so you may be asking, well, okay, I see that the first one is kind of, going down towards the south. That's good and all. But why is the second one curving up? Why is this second one curving up? Well, as we know, or as some of us may know, when a hurricane or a tropical storm forms, it's obviously trying to fight for that latitude. It's trying to get up as north as possible. And so when it curves up, usually it could be just due to in another low pressure kind of attracting. It could just be due to it wanting to fight for that latitude, obviously, as usually we always see it trying to fight its way up towards the north. But a multitude of reasons as of why. Let me show you this real quick. This is the GFS model right here. And times again at the top right portion of your screen, it's actually in actual time. But if you want to take a look at this right here, watch how the first one forms and then look at the second one. So you see these two down here. There's number 1, and then there's number 2 right there. Watch as we go in and push this forward. It goes the first one kind of goes down towards the south as we're expecting. But look at what's going on throughout the U.S., or at least just moved off the coast. Another low pressure system. And we have this one down towards the south. What's that going to do? It's going to pull itself up, and then look, another low pressure tries to form right off the coast of, off the coast of the U.S., maybe later on into the next 10 days or so. So that also could try to impact it as well. But that's not the point. Point is watch how it tries to pull its way up. You have another low pressure up here towards the north in Canada, and it just pulls itself up with all of the other low pressure that's kind of ongoing. So there's a lot of situation that can go on and try and manipulate this to occur. You go over into the European as well. The European kind of shows the first one kind of moving itself kind of out and away. The second one comes in and again doing the same thing, curving its way up towards the north. The Euro AI, the deterministic one, shows the first one, kind of getting going towards the south. And then you have the second one kind of moving in, maybe even a third one behind it. But the second one curves its way up. And then even a third and a fourth one tries to curve its way up as well. CMC, guess what? The same scenario, trying to curve its way up and away from the US here. And then the icon, this one right here, kind of shows a really weird scenario. Shows the first system kind of moving its way down towards the south as always. I mean, at this point, it shows almost all of the ensembles, almost all of the models here are showing the first one not even being a problem for us at all. So I'm not too concerned about that one. The second one is the one that I'm really watching for. And the second one, the second area of interest over here from the icon shows it kind of being a twin. Because you can see there's 2 areas of low pressure. Again, the first one kind of gone. But it shows 2 low pressure systems over here when the second one kind of forms. So that one's also interesting to go on and try and look at. So that's pretty much all that I have to say there, though. A lot of confusion. That was a lot of information. And I tried to make that as simple as possible. But if you have any questions on it, you can still go on and do so. You can still go on and do so. I mean, the chat's wide open. If you're a subscriber, go on and put something in there. If you have any questions about it. But for right now, like I said, no direct threat to South Carolina at this time. Make sure that your hurricane plans are in place because, as always, and as we know, things can change in a split second. This could all change tomorrow, and it could show a trajectory towards the U.S. real quick. Real quick. But that's pretty much all I have to say here for tonight. Let's go on real quick and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off with Maya Lou, who was here first tonight. She says, good evening, everyone. Hopefully everyone had a blessed day. Today's high in Georgetown was 86 degrees. Currently, it is around 78. She also says lots of cloud cover in Georgetown. At one time, I thought we were going to get some rain shower activity. Yeah. Well, first off, thank you for being here tonight. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for the weather report for where you are. Over at my house, honestly, I'm not going to be able to do the history, but and see, what my high temperature and low temperature was. But I can tell you that it's currently 80 degrees right now. That's all I can tell you really right now. Then Flexmaster posts some trophy emojis. Hello to you. That says, good evening, just from the 360 weather family. I trust all is well with everyone. It was another hot day here in San Antonio. We had a high of 96. I was out early this morning hand watering my lawn and flowering, let me read that again. I was out early this morning hand watering my lawn and flowers in my plant bed. Hopefully we will cash in on the 20% rain chance for today or tomorrow. Well, we'll go in and check that out. We'll go in and check that out for you in just a moment. My Nana says, hello, Jay and all. Hello to you. A fairly nice cloudy day today. We worked in the yard, finished the borders around the rock bed. Well, first off, thank you so much for the weather report. I'm glad that you were able to get some work done today. Mr. Michael says, happy Saturday evening, South Carolina weather family. Well, happy Saturday to you. And then Trail says, greetings, everyone. Greetings to you. And that's all that I can see here in terms of the live audience right now. So I don't see any questions about the tropics either. So I'm assuming that we all understand and that we all are good. And now it's time for the top fan question of the night. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's a question that I ask every night to subscribers to see who was paying attention. And whoever gets the question correct will become top fan of the night for tonight. If you were paying attention, you should be able to get this answer correct for tonight, because the question for tonight has nothing to do with the tropics, nothing to do with the heat in the seas, nothing to do with rainfall, because obviously I couldn't make it that easy. I'm going to make it with cloud cover. When we were talking about the future of cloud cover, there was a specific time frame that I said that the state may start to receive some widespread cloud cover. What time period was that? And you may be asking, what do I mean by time period? I mean like Monday evening, Monday morning, Saturday evening, Tuesday afternoon, periods like that. That's what I'm talking about. So go on and put those answers inside the chat right now, and I'll go on and read them in just a moment. But first, let's go on and talk about the 4 areas outside of South Carolina. You might be asking 4 areas as well. What am I talking about as they answer those questions? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these 4 areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly, and because they tune in almost nightly, we're going to give them their forecast for them. We start off with San Antonio first, and what is this? A slight chance of... Oh, wait, hold on, let me fix this. There we go. Slight chance of shower activity for tonight. There it is. So hopefully you do cash in. It says between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Central Time. So that's between, obviously, 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. our time. So you could, it's there. The possibility is there. Now it says before 10 p.m. So sometime between now and 10 p.m. your time is when you could potentially receive some shower activity. So, again, potential is there. You do have shower activity around you towards your north and towards your south and east, towards, I think it's Floresville and then San Marcos, currently receiving some rainfall activity. Now, for tomorrow, no precipitation is expected, but, you never know. It could pop up. And then you're looking to stay dry for the rest of the weekend going into next week even. It's going to continue to stay hot up to around 100 to 101 degrees, if not even hotter than that. No severe weather, no excessive rainfall for you at this time. Then for Raleigh, you have low temperatures tonight at 74, high temperatures for tomorrow at 93, low temperatures tomorrow night at 73, chance of thunderstorms for tonight. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow, though. In terms of severe weather, excessive rainfall, looks like for the most part that you are in the clear for when it comes to severe weather. But then when it comes to excessive rainfall, there is indeed no risk of excessive rainfall there either. So you're good on those counts. And then in terms of rainfall for your next 7 days, Tuesday night you have a 30% chance of thunderstorm activity. Same thing going from Friday onward into next week. But every other day, nice and dry for you. Let's see, what answers do we have? I see Sunday morning, not correct. Sunday morning, not correct. So it actually is later than that. Then what about for Philadelphia? You have low temperatures tonight at 75, high temperatures for tomorrow at 92, low temperatures tomorrow night at 73, chance of thunderstorms for tonight, tomorrow, no precipitation is expected. Now, what's going on in terms of severe weather? You have a slight risk of severe weather for tonight, for some scattered damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour, and maybe even some small hail. Some isolated large hail potentially is possible, but for the most part, small hail. Monday comes in, another risk of isolated severe storms for you on Monday. And then, as you move over into your excessive rainfall outlook, you do have a risk of excessive rainfall for tonight, also Monday and Tuesday. And then for your future, you're going to continue to stay active all the way through, probably until around Friday or so. And then let me check out Tuesday evening, Monday evening. I'm not going to lie. One of y'all is pretty close. So you may want to guess. Well, I'm not going to tell you how to guess. Just do with that with what you will. One of y'all is very close. Very close. And then finally for Duncan, Oklahoma, you have low temperatures tonight at 73, high temperatures for tomorrow at 103, low temperatures tomorrow night at 76. No precipitation. Going to stay hot. Around 102 on Monday and Tuesday, 104 on Wednesday and Thursday. So you're going to continue to stay hot even as you move over into the next week. Now, what's going on in terms of the entire U.S. weather news-wise? Scattered showers and storms are expected across portions of the central and the eastern U.S. through the end of the week. Meanwhile, dangerous heat will intensify across the desert southwest and the Intermountain West, where air quality issues persist from the ongoing fires as well. So there's a lot of things going on. Elevated wildfire conditions also return to the northern Intermountain West as well. And then we're even seeing some excessive heat watches going on, or extreme heat watches going on over there in Missouri, in the southern Illinois. That's for heat index values all the way up to 110 degrees or so. So it's going to be hot over there in those areas from St. Louis through Jefferson City, in those areas. Tuesday morning is not correct. Tuesday morning is not correct. One more thing real quick before we get out of here for tonight. This is the Pacific, by the way. If you did want to go in and take a look at it, they have the whole cycle here. They have the yellow, the orange, and the red. The Pacific is going off right now as they have 3 areas of interest that they're watching for. One of them, which is likely to form into a tropical depression over the next few days. So they have all 3 colors, all of them kind of moving towards the general vicinity of Hawaii, but, well, at least for these two. This one over here probably will as well. And not really going to impact the U.S. that much. And then that's all that I can see here throughout that area. Let me check out the chat. Monday morning is not correct. Monday morning is not correct. I'm going to allow one more answer real quick. And then, we're going to see what happens there. Or one more answer from each person. And then we'll see if they get it. But we have some updates, obviously, for when it does come to the website. Website's getting a major upgrade either tonight or tomorrow. So make sure that you check that out, probably tomorrow, and see what's going on there. Also, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. We're at 822, trying to get to that main goal of 900. Apologies for the long forecast for tonight, but there's a lot going on. Tropics, heat, severe weather, excessive rainfall, flash flooding. We're seeing it all right now. So it's just a busy time of the year. Just a busy time of the year. Thursday evening, not correct either. So, I'm not going to lie. Pretty good answers. You guys were kind of dancing around and kind of went away from it a little bit. Both of y'all were very close when y'all said Monday evening and Monday morning. It was Monday afternoon. Monday afternoon was the correct answer for tonight. So both of y'all very close, but not quite there. So no top fan of the night for tonight, but doesn't have to be just for tonight. Obviously, you can tune back in tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. We'll be back here, and you can participate once again. But I will be back tomorrow morning for your Sunday morning forecast update. Also tomorrow evening for your Sunday evening forecast update. Make sure that you are there for that. And hit those 2 buttons before you leave if you are new. I don't believe I had any emails for me for tonight. Or anything. Nope, don't see anything, so we're good. I'll be back tomorrow. Hit those 2 buttons before you leave.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, how, how.
Hey.
So just sit the wait, snap it around. Go one, now let's hit the top. So just sit the wait, snap it around. Now let's hit the top. Let's do it.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and talk that talk. You knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, 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 how.
Hey, hey.